welcome back to Red Ted Art. Today I'm going to show you how to make a customizable, super easy, no-sew, let's show you, roll-up pencil case. Now the customizable bit is really just this little emoji at the end, or you know, maybe not an emoji, you can have a little emoji here, or I've got, for example, a little heart, looks really cute, or a little initial. So it's really up to you what you can do. Now I haven't showed you in the video how to do the customizing, because all it is a piece of felt that you glue on with PVA glue, or you just leave it out, but I do think it's quite cute. Now these roll-ups are really easy to do, take minutes to make a great gift. You can use them for pencils, so this is a pencil case. You can use them for paintbrushes, you can use it for what's it called, makeup, crochet hooks, knitting needles, whatever, but you basically have to adjust the size, but I will tell you in the video how to do that. Now I also wanted to tell you before we get started, this is a collaboration with the wonderful Jenny from Origami Tree, and she's going to show you how to make these amazing pencil notebooks for back to school. So stay tuned and make sure to watch both videos and follow both channels. So let's get started. So to make your easy peasy no-sew pencil roll, you will need a piece of felt. Mine is 25 centimeters by 30 centimeters, a ribbon or some string. Mine is about 50 centimeters, a ruler, very important, some scissors, a pencil, and of course your pencils. Now when it comes to the hip width and the length, it actually depends on your pencil. So in my case, I took my pencils and just made sure that they fit. So, and then added about 2 centimeters on either end. If you've got crochet hooks, or if you use paintbrushes, depending on your paintbrushes, you might want to have longer felt, shorter felt. If you're doing crayons, for example, you can do it shorter. So really it's a measure of your how many pencils or what you're making it for. And then again, in terms of length, it's similar. In my case, I've got 9 colors that I want to put into my pencil, and you need about 2 centimeters at the end. And then you do roughly a centimeter and a half between each one. So you kind of measure it out like this and then see if it fits. Now, at the end, some people put the pencils all the way to the end, and then when you roll it up, you can see some of the pencils. Some people leave a little bit at the end, so it kind of has this neat closure look. So I'm going to leave a little bit just because I've got the space, and why not? But it's really up to you in designing it in a way that you like. I'm just showing you the technique. So then you decide roughly where you're going to have your pencil lines. So because mine's 25 centimeters wide, I think I'm going to have one around here, so that's 5 centimeters in, and the other one 5 centimeters from the bottom. So I'm just very quickly going to mark these lines out. If you have a taller ruler, it's a bit easier, you don't have to do as many marks, but I've only got a short ruler, which I'm sure that's the same problem some of you will have. So all I'm doing is I'm putting some little markers in place so that I make sure I cut in a straight line later on. So this is just a rough mark of 5 centimeters that I've kind of had a look to see if I like the look of it. Here we go. Now I'm going to, so each of my pencils is about 7 millimeters long, so my cuts will have to be 7 millimeters long. You do not want to make them too big, otherwise your pencils will fall out. So what I'm going to do now is draw across. I've got my marker, so 2 centimeters in before the first cut, like so, and do the same down here. I'm going to mark in the 7 centimeters. Then you leave 1.5 centimeters and another 7 millimeters. And then you do that 9 times, okay? And then we'll do the cutting. So I'll get on with that. Okay, so now just going to check that they're lined up, because it's important. It's not completely. Just make sure they're lined up, because obviously you want your pencils in straight. If you've got a slightly bigger ruler, that is helpful. And also the eagle-eyed amongst you will see that I marked out 5 centimeters, but for some reason I drew them at 4 centimeters. But you know what? It's all right. Never the exact crafter here. So now I'm going to take my little scissors. If you've got a little, you can cut these with a metal ruler and a cutting pen, if what they're called, you know, one of those knives. Or you take your little scissors and give it a little snip, like so. You might have to make the snips bigger, but just start it off and see if it fits. That's my first pencil. Let's have a look. There we go. Like I said, I think it's best to have it a little bit too small than rather than a bit too big, because as you start using it, your pencils will you know, wear it in and out anyway. So there you go, that's the first fit, that's perfect. Now some people like to have another little cut and kind of weave it in and out, but I think this is the quickest and easiest way of making these. So let's just carry on like this. Okay, so I've cut them all. Let's see how they fit. Don't worry about the pencil marks. They'll wear off over time and you won't be able to see them that much. Okay, now comes the last little bit and that is to add your ribbon. So to do that, I'm going to find the middle of my fabric, which is, let's see, what was it? About here. I'm going to do a little snip, 2 centimeters in. Let me just actually mark it. So a little snip, 2 centimeters, actually 2 snips, because I want to put I want 2 ribbons around it. I should have done that properly. Da, da, da. Let's do a line here and a line here. Like I say, ignore the pencil mark. It's not the end of the world. I'm being distracted because my kids are home, and guess what? They are arguing. Yay! Little mark there. Now I can poke my ribbons through. Now if you don't have ribbon, you can use string, or you can maybe use like some little bits of leather, or baker's twine looks really nice. So I'm just going to leave it like that. What you can do, if you're worried about the string coming undone, you can give it a little knot here. I think that's always quite good, just to make sure it stays in place, like so. And then you're ready to roll. There we go. Now this is what the bit I was saying about if you've got more bits of fabric left over, you've got nice neat closure look like this, or if you want to put more pens in, you just can see them on the outside. But to be honest, I really don't think it matters. Then take your ribbon and you wrap one each way, like so, and then you do a little bow where you push this under, make a loop, wrap it round, and push it through. And there you have your very own no-sew pencil case. So remember, this is a collaboration with the lovely Jenny from Origami Tree. She's made a fantastic rainbow pencil notebook. Do go and have a look and subscribe to her channel. Check it out, have a look around. She's lovely, has some great ideas. You'll really like her channel. And of course, give me the thumbs ups, likes and comments below. So anyway, see you here again soon. Bye!